Call the meeting to order. All rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call. Members Leach and Johnson are absent. Approval of the agenda. There is one change that I see on the agenda, 7G, approve resolution 2018-42 accepting the bid for the 2018 airport entrance road. Is there any other changes?
No, other than I filled in the bid amounts on that fund.
Okay. Any other changes, Council? No. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda with that change?
So moved. I'll
Motion
second.
by Dave, second by Diane. Call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 3 in favor, none against. Approval of the minutes, April 16th, 2018 Board of Appeal and Equalization meeting and the April 18th, 2018 regular meeting. They've been in your packet. Is there any changes, corrections, clarification needed on those two items? Do I have a motion to approve the minutes of the April 16th, 2018? Do we want to do these separate?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Do them together.
2018 Board of Appeal and Equalization meeting and the April 18th, 2018 regular meeting.
I'll make the motion.
We have a motion by Diane. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Dave. Call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 3 in favor, none against. This now brings us to our public open forum. Is there anyone here that would like to speak to the council? Is there anyone here that would like to speak to the council? Is there anyone here that would like to speak to the council? I think everybody spoke to the council at the previous meeting. Our public open forum is now closed. We have no public hearings. We will now go to reports and presentations. Park Board report.
Okay, the Park Board met the regular meeting, which was last night, Tuesday, May 1st, a regular session. They had a couple items on their agenda. They did hear a presentation from the Community Garden Club regarding the potential use of the old outdoor rink, the one that has been removed, for a community garden. They plan to be before the City Council in the next council meeting with a brief presentation and requesting approval to use that grounds. The second presentation we had was from the Friends of Little Red Schoolhouse regarding a potential relocation for that schoolhouse. They also will be before the council at the next meeting. And the Park Board also recommends that the city authorize the use of the open space across from the Public Works Garage as a potential dog park. So they are working on some cost estimates and some volunteer fundraising for that. And also they are recommending that the city proceed with the campground paving. None of these items are on your agenda for tonight.
Questions, comments? Okay, EDA report.
The EDA met today. It was their regular session at noon. They did hear an update from the chamber on various chamber functions as well as from Sauk Center opportunities. They did review and they will be recommending approval of the TIF development agreement with Felling. That will as well be on the next council meeting. It's unfinished business as of tonight. We do have somebody that is requesting potential sale of a portion of the Unger 59 acres that is down south of the truck stop, and so the EDA said they would look at that offer. That'll be something that'll be forthcoming later. And then we also did a little more discussion on the information site marketing, and also we have somebody that may be interested in developing that Railroad Avenue site that we tore down that building a couple of years ago. So the economic development side of it, things seem to be picking up again and a little more activity, so that's good. So, but they have no action items for you tonight.
Questions, comments? Okay, and we will move on to our action items. 7A, approve resolution 2018-33 accepting bid for 2018 North Capital Improvement Plan.
Okay, thank you, Mayor and Council. Before you first is the bids for the 2018 North End CIP project. These bids were actually opened on April 5th of this year. We received 12 bids, so really good interest on it. The engineer's estimate was $3.5 million. The low bid with Breitbach Construction Company was $3,200,203.28. That is 8% under our estimate, and even further other that under our original estimates for our feasibility report. So with that, we would recommend that the council consider approval of that award.
Questions?
I noticed the high bid was near close to $5 million.
Yeah, I don't think they really wanted it all that bad.
I don't
so
think they did either.
that's usually the way you get a few
Yeah.
there, sort of they throw a dart at it and say, well, I hope
Yep.
maybe I'll get it, and they can make a lot of money on it. So.
Good job.
Okay. Any other questions, comments? Do I have a motion to approve Resolution 2018-33 accepting bid for 2018 improvement project?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Diane, do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Dave. Any other concerns? Call the question, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries, 3 in favor, none against.
Thank you. We'll get those contracts going right away. Next item is 7B, which is the bids for the 2018 Getty Street project, a little smaller project. These were opened on April 19th. We had 9 bidders for a smaller job. That's pretty good. Molitor Excavating was the low bid at $301,894.00. Our estimate was $300,000. So unfortunately, in this one, we went slightly the other way. This one is 0.6% over our engineer's estimate for this particular job. It's still very close, less than $2,000. So once again with this, they're a good contractor. We would recommend the council consider award of this project as well.
Okay, comments? Once it's awarded, when do they plan on starting?
I haven't, Chuck, did you talk to Molitor? We haven't talked to them yet, but I'm sure it would be late this month, or maybe very first of June would be likely, but we haven't talked to them yet.
All right. Any other questions, comments? Do I have a motion to approve Resolution 2018-38 accepting bid for 2018 Getty Street Improvement Project?
So moved.
Motion by Dave, do we have a
Second.
second? Second by Diane. Call the question, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries, 3 in favor, none against.
Thank you so much. We'll get the contracts going.
Thank you, Keith.
Approve Resolution 2018-39 accepting quote for seal coating.
As you know, we had gone out for quotes for seal coating. We did have bids, and we did advertise them, and they were received until May 1st at 10 a.m. So we did open those in my ones that I sent out to you today. So we had 3 bidders for the seal coating project. Aztec came in at $82,125, Caldwell Asphalt for $118,567, and Asphalt Preservation for $124,110. And so what we are recommending is to go with the bid of Aztec on Resolution 2018-39. We realize that the reason that they gave us such a good bid is they also got the county bid, so they're in the area. And so they're able just to fit us in when they're working in this part of the county, and so they gave us that same price. So we are recommending that we move forward with Resolution 2018-39, accepting this quote for the 2018 seal coating project.
Questions, comments?
What did we budget for seal coating?
This budget is part of our, that M&O maintenance budget. Normally, we have a $110,000 budget for the year. However, we also have 2 years of small city road maintenance dollars, $55,000 and $35,000, that we had put in the sinking fund. So we can draw on either of those funds to pay this.
Okay.
Is this something that we'd be able to, if we needed to, extend the scope of what we want to get seal coated in?
We did include it in the bid that we could extend or reduce it based on our needs at that same per unit price.
Okay. Any other questions or comments?
Too good to pass up.
Do we have a motion to approve Resolution 2018-39 accepting quote for 2018 seal coating project?
So moved.
Motion by Dave,
I'll second.
second by Diane. Call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 3 in favor, none against. Approved chamber requests for Sinclair Lewis Days, including parade route.
We have multiple requests for use of city facilities for Sinclair Lewis Days, and I'll go over them briefly. And these are the requests that are underlined in your packet that they're requesting approval for. So for the turtle races and the kitty and pet parade, they are looking to close the park road and the use of the boat landing Sinclair Lewis Park and parking lot on Wednesday, July 18th from 5 to 8. For the medallion hunt, they're looking for use of the Civic Arena parking lot on Friday, July 20th, beginning at 3. They're looking to close Park Road and the use of Sinclair Lewis Park on Friday, July 20th from 7 p.m. to dusk, and that is for a band at the Shell and the Beer Garden, and that's also the night of the fireworks. They're looking for food vendors to use the Sinclair Lewis parking lot that same time period, and as well as closing Park Road and the boat landing for the fireworks, as well at 6 p.m. to dusk. So we will be shooting the fireworks off there again this year. Looking for use of the downtown sidewalks on Crazy Days sale, Saturday, July 21st. We're looking for the craft fair the next day to close Park Road and the use of Sinclair Lewis Park and parking lot. They're looking for use of the trail and the splash pad shelter and close one lane of Hickman Drive and Lakeview Drive for the 5K and 1 mile run, and that would be on Saturday, July 21st as well. They're looking for approval of the parade route, and they have the parade will be Saturday, July 21st at 7, and this year we do have a rain date set for July 22nd, the next day at 2, so I think we haven't had a rain day usually scheduled before. This is the route that starts at the industrial park, not the route that's over at by the school, so this is the same route as we had last year. And then they're looking to close Sinclair Lewis Avenue from Main to Oak, which is, and then from Oak Street to the City Hall parking lot, and the use of the City Hall parking lot for Saturday, July 21st for a car show in the afternoon. So these are all the requests of the chamber for Sinclair Lewis Days for use of city facilities.
Comments, concerns? I don't think there's anything changed too much from
No.
last year, and we
No.
had no issues that I know of. Brian, did you have any concerns on anything that they've got planned?
Just the street dance is always the concern that I have with the security and letting people in and out, so
Okay,
I just need to step up a little bit.
but that's separate from what we're talking with the chamber. Okay.
Yeah.
Do I have a motion to approve the uses as requested, including the road closures and the parade route?
So moved.
Motion by Dave, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Diane. Call the question, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 3 in favor, none against. Approve Resolution 2018-40, changing name of Sauk Center Library.
At a prior meeting, Jim Uphofer was here, and he presented a proposal along with a letter of support from Friends of the Library. They're requesting the change of the name of the library from the Sauk Center Public Library to the Sinclair Lewis Library. This request for the change is due to the upcoming anniversary date of the publication of Main Street by Sinclair Lewis. It's having its 100th anniversary in, I think, a year and a half, and so they're looking for us to recognize that by calling the public library the Sinclair Lewis Library. So if approved, we would have a formal dedication of the new name, probably sometime this summer. There's also a bench in memory of Dave Simpkins and some other things that will occur at that same time, and they would like to have a dedication of the library as well. So what we're looking for is to pass Resolution 2018-40, changing the name of the public library to the Sinclair Lewis Library.
Comments? Questions? Who pays for changing the name out front?
We're actually getting estimates right now. When we did a sign change last time, it was less than $100. And so I would actually recommend the city cover that cost, but he said that the Friends of the Library would also possibly chip in for that.
Okay. Any other questions or concerns?
Do we expect to be getting signage this year, or would that be next year that we'd?
My understanding is that we would like to put the sign up along with the dedication. So if they're going to have a dedication ceremony in August, maybe we'd have the sign ready to be unveiled at that time.
Okay, I just wondered, it looks like the book publication date probably next year, so.
Right, and so it'll be called that already.
Wondered if we were
but-
delaying it for that.
Right, it's right. It's not going to coincide exactly with the anniversary date of the book.
Any other questions? Do I have a motion to approve Resolution 2018-40, changing the name of the public library to Sinclair Lewis Public Library?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Diane, we have a second.
Second.
Second by Dave. Call the question, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 3 in favor, none against. Approve Resolution 2018-41, declaring property as abandoned.
The police department has in its possession actually 2 vehicles that they've made multiple attempts to release to the owners with no success. One is a 2000 Mitsubishi Eclipse, and the other is a 2002 Marquis. They're down in the impound lot. They've been sitting there for a couple of years now, well beyond the 60 days and then the 180 days to declare property abandoned. And so they would like to have those vehicles scrapped, and so they're requesting that the city council declare them abandoned. That would allow them to do so. Like I said, they've far exceeded any opportunity. They've made multiple attempts to contact owners, and nobody will claim them.
So, questions? So 2018-41 will have that addition of that
It
second
has the
vehicle?
it has 2 vehicles. Actually, at the time I sent this out, it had 1 vehicle. Then he got hold of me later in that same day, and I said, we'll just add that at the meeting.
Okay, all right. Do I have a motion to approve Resolution 2018-41, declaring property abandoned?
I'll second.
I made
Okay.
a S sound.
Yeah, okay.
Dave got the motion, Diane got the second. Call the question, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries 3 in favor, none against. 7G, approve Resolution 2018-42, accepting bid for 2018 airport entrance bid.
This is the addition that you had to your agenda that I emailed out to you earlier, but as the council had previously approved, bids were advertised and obtained for the 2018 Airport Entrance Road Improvement Project. We publicly opened these bids on, actually yesterday, not today. And the bid tabulation has the further detail. We had 6 bidders for the project. They ranged from $76,727 at Mark Lee Excavating up to $109,993. The engineer's estimate for the project was actually $124,000. I think he had his cost per ton a little high on the asphalt from what we actually were able to obtain. So the Bolton Menk, who is our engineer for that project, is recommending that we award the bid to Mark Lee Excavating and approve Resolution 2018-40-42, accepting that bid for the 2018 Airport Entrance Road project. This project probably won't happen until August because it's timing with the state and federal dollars that trickle down for that and the grant agreements that need to be signed. So it'll be later in the year that the actual project will take place. And this is the project where our city share is 5%.
Questions? Comments? Talking to some of the people there that use the airport are very happy about this happening.
It is very nice.
Because they said when some of the rocks get drug out onto the runway and they get picked up by props, it's not a very pretty thing to airplanes, so.
Yeah, and so it'll be nice when that part is done, and that kind of completes all the initial phases of what we want to do, and then in a few years, we'll jump into that turf runway.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve Resolution 2018-42, accepting bid for 2018 Airport Entrance Road Project?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Motion by Diane. Don't fight. Dave took the
Little
second.
friendly competition.
Yep.
Call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 3 in favor, none against. Unfinished business, contract for private development.
Just a little update on the contract for private development for the Felling Trailers Corporate Office Project. That was reviewed at the EDA meeting today. It's also at the city attorney for his final review. It's also down at Felling Trailers for their final review. It's already gone through Northland Security for verification that all the statutes and the updated rules relating to TIF are in the contract. So we expect to see that at the EDA at the next council meeting. So this will be the final action, so then they can start working on getting permits for the project. That'll be, well, we're looking at May 16th. We think that's when you'll see it.
Okay. Questions? Takes us to new business, community garden update.
I kind of mentioned that at the park board meeting, but the subcommittee for the community foundation, they did a nice presentation at the park board last night, and they expect to make a presentation, a shorter one, to the council on May 16th, and that they'll go in a little bit more detail of how it'll actually operate rather than the actual use of the property, but they'll be requesting use of the property at that time.
Okay. 9B, ordinance governing garage sale frequency.
We have an ordinance that governs how often and how long you can have garage sales, and we have a few places in town that maybe go beyond that. And the residential neighborhoods that they're in, we've gotten some complaints from the residences, and one of them actually forwarded me an ordinance from another city and said, would you please consider this? So if the city council thinks that maybe that's something we should look at again, this really is a planning and zoning function because it's under the land use. You can certainly direct them to look at it for update. If you do, I'll give it to the commission for review. So really what happens is you get that retail use comes more of a retail use if they're like every weekend or every other weekend, and pretty soon the neighbors are starting to get upset about it. So we just need to kind of look at that.
Questions, comments? The only concern I have is, I don't have a problem with doing it. It's just another ordinance is who's gonna enforce it, and especially when most of the time it's on a weekend.
Yeah, and we wouldn't be out driving around seeing who's having garage sales, but at least if somebody complains, then we'll be able to have a leg to stand on, put it that
Right.
way, so.
Yeah. It's one of my pet peeves on a lot of ordinances and codes, is they never get enforced. It gives everybody that good feeling for a while, but it never happens, so. Okay, general consensus to send that to the planning commission?
Yep.
For the public
Yep.
hearing? Okay, sounds good. This now brings us to our consent agenda, schedule of claims, unpaid claims of $93,988.63, paid claims of $310, for a total of $94,298.63. We have a gambling application for an exempt permit request from the Sauk Center Chamber of Commerce for a raffle on July 20th, 2018 at Sinclair Lewis Park. Are there any questions about the consent? No. Do I have a motion to approve the consent calendar as presented?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Dave, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Diane. Call the question, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 3 in favor, none against. Informational items.
Just a couple of items for your information. The Middle Sauk Water Festival is May 17th at the Sauk River Park in Melrose with a rain day at the arena if it's raining. So that's going to occur that day. The Scrap Metal Recycling Day is May 26th from 8 to noon at the arena parking lot. Hazardous Waste Cycling, June 13th from 9 to 1 at the arena parking lot. And I did include in your packet the aquatic weed management permit for Sauk Lake. It's been approved for 10 acres of navigation lanes this year. Remember last year they didn't approve any. This year they approved 10 acres. I did include the permit and the map for you. There's navigation lanes that are by the Narrows on the, I guess you would call it the north side, or maybe the east side of the Narrows. There's some navigation lanes there, and then way up in the north end is what they're looking at. So the Lake Association, of course, has applied for a grant to help cover some of the costs. I think the total cost of this project was $7,400. If not, it'll come out of that weed fund that is being held by the Watershed District.
Questions?
That hazardous waste recycling, I'll volunteer to help again this year.
You're already
on that.
signed up.
Good, good. It's a great way to get rid of old paints and light bulbs and batteries and everything. It's a super idea.
One informational item, I just found out tonight that Nikki has set up a voicemail for the mayor. So people that don't want to call my house or don't know my cell phone number are able to call City Hall and prompt extension 2100. And I will receive any voicemails that people want to send to me, and once it goes, it automatically gets emailed, so I can check it from anywhere by email also. So it's just so the public knows that can happen. So, is there anything else in the informational? Okay, that brings us to our end of our agenda. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion by Dave. Do I have a second?
Oh, I'll second that one.
Okay, second by Diane. Call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 3 in favor, none against. Meeting adjourned.